Happymailqueen. Today I have a little tutorial for you guys. Some of you guys have asked how I create my tassels, especially this one right here, the Disney one. I'm just basically going to share with you how I created these tassels right here today. And if we have time, I'll show you how I did this one right here. Which is, pretty fairly easy. Okay, so first you want to get some thread. So these are the supplies you're going to need. You're going to need some crochet thread. I got these at Hobby Lobby in different colors. You will need beads. This is a new one that I recently hauled. I haven't showed you guys, but these bows are from Amazon. They come in 8 different colors. It comes in a set. It didn't come with the case though, but you get about 3 to 4 of each color, and they're plastic, but a good size, so I liked using them. I just recently hauled them, so this is the first time I've used them. You're also going to need those 7mm, not jump rings, but I actually used the split rings or double rings, I think is what they call it. And that way your thread does not come off your jump ring. So it's just a little bit more secure. You'll also need regular jump rings and a lobster clasp. And then I'm going to also use these star beads. And let's go ahead and get started. Oh, these are the heart beads that I've hauled before. You guys have seen it, and I organized it here by color. So I love those containers. They're really handy. You're also going to need some gold thread or silver thread if you want to put that around the tassel, the belt that you put around the tassel. And then a nice large-eyed needle, and make sure your needle can go through your bead. Okay, and I think that's about it. This needle here I used is a really sharp needle. It's supposed to be able to go through leather, and luckily my beads do fit through it. The heart bead has really teeny tiny holes in it too. You're also going to need this cardboard, and we're going to go ahead and make our tassel using it. And just go ahead and wind it around, and you can make it as thick as you want, as thin as you want. It's up to you. Scissors, and then before you cut this, you're gonna want another piece, and this is gonna be like your tail right here. Okay, from here to here, from here to here. So you want to make sure that that's long enough, depending on how many beads you're using. I like to make mine long because I never know if I'm going to use the bigger beads or the smaller beads. So I do about that much. So what is that, about 7 inches maybe? This through here. Okay. Now depending, if you want, well, let's just create one large tassel, I think, for this. So go ahead and tie this. So I usually do a square knot. So I do left over right, so left over right, pull through. But before I even make that nice and tight, I'll go ahead and cut the bottom. If you're going to do 2 tassels, shorter tassels, then you can do one here, okay, tie this, another, put it through, do another tie here, and then you're going to cut the middle. But if you're going to do a full tassel, then you're going to cut here. And now you have this. So now you can go ahead and finish your square knot. What did I say? Left over right, Make that nice and tight. And then right over left. Okay, and that makes it nice and snug. Another tie. But let me show you how to do the metallic thread around, okay, instead of the tie. If you want, you can just tie this like I did here. I just made a knot. I just tied it around and made a knot. And then the tail of it just comes down. I just trim it so that it's the same. If you want to use this thread, okay, around, let's say we want to use this one. What I do is I actually like to use a needle. I'll go ahead and cut, I don't know, like maybe 12 inches or something, or 24 inches. Okay, let's just use this needle since it's here. Okay, just go ahead and make a knot at the end like you would if you were gonna do a regular hand stitch. Let's just make a knot at the end. I'm going to cut this off now. I just wanted to show you guys how that looked. Instead of this, we're going to put this around. So I do this, go all the way to the end, and you see where where I made the knot? Where I made the knot right there, I'm going to just put my needle through. Okay, I do that, make it nice and tight, and then from there, let's see, let's go this way. I'm going to go around and around, which is kind of hard to do. I don't even really tie it. All I do is put it through here, put it under the rest of it, and then just pull this and make it nice and tight. And that should stay. You really don't need to knot it. But if it's nice and tight, that should not unravel. Let's go ahead and put our beads. So this is actually the easy part, is just putting your beads through. So again, I like to use my needle because it's just easier. So let's go ahead and put your thread through to make sure that you have a nice big eye on your needle there. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and just string. So I kind of have this pattern on this one already, so let's go ahead and get I'm just gonna use these beads here. Okay, so we're gonna go through. I think I want to put stars in between, so let's go ahead and put a star. Where is the hole? So I want to do that. Okay, now it's nice and okay, and then I think I'm going to do the green and forget that other one. And then we're going to do the little itty bitty one, which is, the reason I'm using this tiny bead is because this will fill the gap between the bow tails. Pink bow. See that? Take your jump ring, you're going to put that through. Okay. And then you're going to put this, you're going to pull this all the way through. You're going to go backwards. So we're going to go in. You're going to pull the thread through. Okay. I'm going to pull this in through. Let's just try to get all the beads. Okay, so as you can see, I pulled it, I went through the ring and then I went through the beads again. Okay, now you want to make that as tight as you can. And then what I do is I make a knot once I have it nice and tight. Again, I'm going to do a I'm going to do a square knot back through my needle. And I'll actually put this through. So I'll go through. I'll just put the whole thing through. See, it's right here. Pull that through. That way I'm secure and I know that if this gets accidentally pulled, it takes a lot for it to unravel. Okay, so here's the string and then I just cut that. I just cut that off. And then you have your nice tassel. Okay, so to create the Mickey tassel, we're going to go ahead and use a punch. So this is the medium Mickey head punch. And I've already punched mine out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold them in half. So fold it in half. Okay, you're going to do all of them like that. Okay, then you're going to take two of them and you're just going to glue it back to back like that. So let's get your wet glue. I suggest wet glue instead of hot glue because you don't want it to be too bulky. You want it to be nice and flat. So I'm just using my art glitter glue. Anything that's gonna be nice and gonna dry nice and clear. Okay, and just make sure it's lined up. All right. So you see, and then that's the start of it. So then from here, you take this end and you're gonna glue it back to back again. And you're just gonna go all the way around until you finish all your pieces. Glue both of these together. Okay, and just make sure you don't put too much glue in the middle. You want to have a little hole in the middle, okay? That's how you're gonna put it through your string. And there, now you have a 3D Mickey head, and you have a hole in the middle. Add your gems on all the inner, well, all the back and front and back of the ears. Actually, I did a bunch. And this is a 6mm half flat back gem, and then you just string your beads just as you would. So for this case, you're going to take your tassel, okay, okay. So how did we do this? I think I just put it through here. And then you can get your bead. Double ring or split ring. And then you're going to go through all the beads again. So, okay, so I put it back. Now I'm going to pull the whole thing through. Okay. And since it's not long enough here, I'm going to have to make a knot. But I don't think I can make a knot with just this tiny bit, so I'm going to take it out. From that bead. Okay, and just make it nice and tight. And then I'm going to just, it's going to be a little fiddly here, but we're just going to go ahead and make a knot. Next time, just have a long enough tail so you can put it through all the way, like I showed you earlier. Okay, and then let's see if I can just try to hide that knot. Okay, so that's it. That is how you make, and then just add your flat back pearls, and that's how you make your Mickey tassel. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.